Welcome back to the Skift Daily Briefing. It is Friday, January 16th, the first video briefing of the year. I'm Sarah Dandashy, and let's dive into the topics. Travel's wallet share may be getting a reckoning. Yes, of course, planes are full, but new credit card data says that travel is getting a smaller slice of what people spend. Skift points to Citizens Bank data showing that travel share of consumer wallets fell from 12% in January of 2024 to 8% by December 2025. Of course, travel spending is still up. It's just growing a little slower than overall spending, which means travel's losing ground. And of course, the pullback isn't even. Higher income households are still spending on airlines and hotels, while lower and middle income groups are tightening up. So what does this ultimately mean? Well, in 2026, travel brands aren't just fighting competitors. They're fighting things like groceries, rent, and pretty much everything else that people swear they only buy once a week. Hilton debuts Apartment Collection as its 26th brand. Hilton says Apartment Collection by Hilton will offer furnished apartments that you can book through Hilton channels in the first half of 2026, starting, of course, in the United States. Now, they're launching with Placemaker, which manages furnished apartments in multifamily buildings. The plan is to add up to 3,000 units before July in cities like New York, Washington, and Atlanta. So what's the pitch? Apartment space. So think kitchens, living rooms, laundry, of course with hotel consistency, on-site staff, and Hilton Honors points. And Hilton does admit that there may be some tech integrations that will be limited at launch, so it might not feel like the full Hilton app experience on day one. But why does this matter? This is Hilton saying, "We see you, longer stay travelers," without making you gamble on a listing that looks cute online, but really kind of weird in person. And then there's Greenland's inadvertent tourism challenge. Greenland has been building momentum as a bucket list destination pretty much for years now. But now it's getting dragged into headlines as President Trump ramps up rhetoric about the island. Visit Greenland CEO says that they've seen a small number of cancellations, understandably, of course tied to political uncertainty, but it's still too early to know if this will stick. Meanwhile, Denmark has said that there's still a fundamental disagreement with Washington after high-level talks. And honestly, that kind of news can make travelers pause, even if Greenland remains welcoming and safe. So what is the ultimate takeaway? Greenland sells quiet, nature, and sustainability. So the mission now is keeping the story on the experience and not the geopolitical noise. Well, that's it for the Skift Daily Briefing for Friday, January 16th. For more travel industry news and analysis, head to skift.com. And of course, to stay up to date with all of the daily briefings, be sure to subscribe at skift.com/daily. I'll see you guys next week.